Hello and welcome back to our Thursday wind down yoga class. My name is Catherine, and today we are going to finish up our chakra series. And today, just very through our gentle and opening movements, we're going to move through the noble chakras. Again, this is very much taken with a grain of salt, and it's very much a Western interpretation of the chakras. And the chakras in question being the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. And I love the crown one because it actually is said to exist beyond beyond your head. It's sort of the space around. So today we're going to take a gentle flow and just move through a couple of postures that really help us to access these parts of our body and to bring to our chakras any sort of visualization that's supportive for you. If that's imagining that deity energy, otherwise, if that's just kind of coming to terms with some of the psychological associations with those parts of our chakra line, then do you. That's my recommendation. So if you would like to put some music on, there's a playlist in the email that I send. Otherwise, we can do this quietly as well. And we're going to come to our mats to get started. So let's make our way back. Excellent. And we're going to just start in a comfortable seated position and get that meridian, that center line, that line where the 7 chakras that we were discussing more or less reside. So breathe in, roll back those shoulders, and find your alignment. So that's head over heart, over pelvis, and then ears, shoulders, hips. So take a moment. Find yourself settling in. Feel that root chakra pressing towards the ground, and almost as if you could feel the crown chakra lifting away. Let those shoulders rest down. Hands comfortably on your lap. Eyes can be open or closed. Begin to take a deep, slowing down breath through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. Let's take that breath again, deep and slow in and out. Allowing yourself to slow down with your breath. Inhale to feel that alert, upright energy. And then exhale is that downward energy, that settling, that grounding. I almost think of like sand on one of those dribble castles, just the sand kind of cascading down the sides of the sandcastle walls. But the walls are still up. Take one more breath. Nice and slow exhale, unrushed, unhurried. And begin to blink your eyes open. Oh, my eyes are tearing a little bit. It's just so emotional, these chakras. No, my house is in reality very dry, so I tear up a lot. We may want pillows accessible to us or a block, so just make sure they're handy if you'd like to use those in your practice. I'll give you a couple opportunities to use them today. And we're going to roll onto our hands and knees. Today, our practice is going to be almost entirely on the floor. So you won't need to be standing up for today's practice. Let's have our palms under our shoulders, knees under our hips, and we're going to begin to engage that heart chakra, that space of love, that identity that we talked about last Thursday. So we're going to inhale to let the belly drop. Oh, pants just came untied. Let the heart press forward and shine out. Again, like your Sailor Moon heart. And then exhale to round it all down. Gaze towards your belly button. Head is heavy, neck is loose. Inhale, press into the floor. Belly button towards the ground. Gaze lifts, heart shines out. And exhale to begin to round that back. Feeling into that curve. Gaze between your legs or at your belly button. Find your own rhythm here. A couple cat and cows. with the focus being on sending that heart forward and back, clearing its path. Using breath and the curve of your spine. Excellent. And then we're going to come to a neutral spine and just bump our hips to the left, gaze over the left shoulder, creating a little C shape in the left side of your body. And then on your next breath, bump your hips to the right, gaze over your right shoulder. And then come on back to neutral. And now we're just going to make little circles with our hips without letting our shoulders get involved. So you're just going to like bringing it around town without really leaning. You're just making little circles with those hips. Letting the breath continue to be steady and fluid. And then hip circles in the other direction. Excellent job. Take a moment to find stillness. Bring your awareness to the direction and orientation of your heart, this center space, this very much you part of your body. Just notice where you're at, letting your heart kind of tell you. Your heart is the guide today. Excellent. And then we're going to tuck our toes and just sit back. You can place a pillow under your knees or just sit off to the side if this isn't comfortable for your legs. And we're going to bring our hands together, cross those fingers, palms touching, and just do a couple little wrist circles. Yeah, this is actually very nice to do at any point in practice. If you're taking a restorative child's pose or anything, and you've been, doing a lot of downward dogs or inversions where your wrists are on the ground, this is really nice. Take it in the other direction if you haven't already. Right in front of that heart space. And then carefully send those hands back down. Walk them about a palm print in front of your shoulders. Tuck those toes if they aren't already tucked. And then very gently begin to lift those hips into the air. And right away, you can begin to walk out those feet. Excellent. We're still thinking about that heart space. Its new direction. Can we make more space for the heart by sending the heart through the shoulders, through the elbows a little bit, finding length in the back of the spine. Good. Take a deep breath in. Slow exhale. One more deep breath in. And sigh it out. We're going to lift the right foot just a little bit off the ground, just to get a little space. Square those hips. Look forward and then begin to step that foot in between those hands. It could take one or several steps. We're going to lower the back knee. Always slide a pillow under that knee if it's sensitive. We're going to use our thigh to send that heart off of our leg. Inhale, arms up. Then exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Feel that twist in the lower belly, that solar plexus chakra. Good. Feel that length. Let that heart shine out as you lift up, giving it plenty of space. On your next exhale, come on back to face the front. Inhale to get long. Then exhale, we're going to take our left hand and place it down on the ground next to our right foot. Right arm is in the sky, and let's rotate our bodies towards our hand. You can have your left hand on a block or a pillow if you'd like. We're going to take 3 circles. So reach that arm back. Inhale to bring it forward. Exhale, stretch it back. Inhale, wind it up. Last round. Exhale, and then let it place on the other side of your foot. Inhale, lifting the back leg. Just feel into this stretch, sending that heart forward. And then exhale to plant those hands. Step the right leg back to meet the left. Lower those knees. Send those hips back. Untuck the toes. Take a child's pose. Feel that heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the third eye chakra, heart, throat, and space between your eyebrows, come together, converge in this child's pose. So your center, yourself, that loving heart chakra, the throat chakra, a space associated with expression, really saying what you mean to say, knowing your own intentions. When it's open, you have something to say rather than feeling speechless. Even your third eye, being focused with your intuition, trusting yourself. Let all of those pieces of you come together on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Inhale, come on back to our tabletop. Walk those palms out, tuck those toes, and send those hips into a gentle downward and walk the feet out. Keep the knees nice and soft if that feels good. And then find a point of stillness. You're gonna inhale, lift the left leg off. It doesn't have to be very high. And you're gonna step it through in one or several steps between those hands, and then lower the back leg down. Excellent. I like to keep my back foot tucked. Just makes my knees feel better. But if you want, you can untuck it. You're gonna inhale, use your thigh to lift that heart off the leg. Inhale, arms reach up, shoulders still pressing down and back. There's a length between and a distance between your ears and your shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale to twist to the left. Good. Hold on the inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Left hand up. Inhale to reach. Exhale to bring that arm back into a nice full circle. Inhale, reach forward. It's an extension of your heart. Exhale, bring it back. One more. Lap. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reach it back. And then plant it on the left side of your left foot. Inhale to lift the back knee. Maybe we can send our heart forward a little more. Get a little more length in that upper back. Exhale to step the left leg back and begin to lower the knees. And we're gonna send the hips back a little bit. You're gonna bend the elbows and just send that chest down to the floor. It might reach, it might not. You can use a pillow. And then you're gonna kind of pull yourself to the floor. Release, move my stuff. Release those hands, rest a cheek on the ground. Take a couple breaths. Feel, maybe you might even feel your heartbeat as it reverberates against the ground. Just take stock of you in space right now. Feel that heart chakra on the ground. Really connecting you with the earth. Excellent. If you want, you can reverse your ear, switch your ear so you have the other ear on the ground. And then place in your third eye chakra on the ground, your forehead. You're gonna just gently, I'm doing a little kind of cobra press up and come into your tabletop. And we are going to come into a sitting position. If you'd like to sit on a pillow, that can be really nice. And I'm just gonna place one of my shins in front of the other, but find what works for you. We're now moving upward, these noble chakras, a little bit less base, whereas like the lower chakras tend to be associated with like digestion and all of these very kind of like physical or very heavy emotions or physical feelings. These tend to be more associated, again, in our interpretation, with these sort of more ethereal characteristics. Like now we're in throat chakra. So really think expression, who you are, what is inside, what are you trying to bring outside, who are you trying to be in the world, how do you see yourself, how do others see you, all of these sort of kind of metaphysical ideas. Really, we can bring our mind to our throat chakra as our symbolic voice. So let's open that on up, shall we? So we're going to start with some neck stretches. I'm going to place, sorry, my right hand outside my right hip, and then let my left ear drop towards my left shoulder. You might already feel that right side stretching. If you'd like, you can change your gaze, looking slowly down at that left shoulder, and on your next breath, looking back out. Take that nice and slowly. Protect your neck. A little more intensity. You can press a little further, more intensely down with those right fingers. Excellent. And then send it back up. Inhale. And then on an exhale, press the left fingers. If you'd like, you can switch the leg. It's up to you. Left fingers into the earth, right ear towards right shoulder. Find any motion you'd like. Linking with your breath. Really feeling into like the subtle yet sometimes very intense feelings that come from just a gentle stretch of the neck. And then come on up, roll back the shoulders a little bit. We're gonna we're gonna bring our palms together, interlace our fingers, bring it behind our neck. You really feel the pinkies supporting the base of the skull. And with the hands as support, you're gonna let your head drop back, chin towards the ceiling, opening that neck chakra, and your arms are responsible for how much you'd like to feel in the neck. You can relax the grip a little bit or strengthen it. Just gazing up and out, upright spine. And then exhale, fingers still at the base of the neck, letting that chin come towards your heart, elbows drop towards each other, a gentle curve in that upper spine and neck. Nice and take it nice and easy. One more time, inhale, let that head come up and back. Throat shines out. And then exhale, bring it all down. Pull that throat chakra back in. And then carefully release the hands. Let the head come back to normal. We might even feel a little more aligned with that neck. We are now going to move from less of a physical embodiment of our throat chakra and more of a actual, I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say. We're going to move from less of a mental image of our throat chakra and more into like a physical embodiment of our throat chakra. So we're going to actually sort of use our throat. So some of you may have been with me in the summer. We did actually some vocal exercises. I was like very into them, and then I kind of stopped. So we're going to do some more stuff that kind of engages the voices we all have. And you're in your own space. You can do this as loudly or softly as you want, but just as in yoga we get comfortable with taking up the space that we have around us and that we just do naturally, we also have this voice, and this is just an exercise in using it you could be self-conscious, but don't judge that self-consciousness. So we're going to start with lion's breath. This is ridiculous, and I like to start with it because it's so ridiculous. We're going to inhale with our eyes closed. And then on the exhale, you're going to stick your tongue out and open your eyes, look up at the ceiling or behind you. So if you'd like to watch me a couple times, we're going to do 5. So it starts this way. And you breathe out this fiery breath. You'll even hear it almost sounds like a dragon, like a hissing. And that is like that's a big release. And it also compresses a lot of the diaphragm and the throat, and it really kind of rinses everything out. And for me, it's a very therapeutic thing to do. So we're going to take 5 lion's breaths, or you can watch me do 5 lion's breaths and just enjoy the show. So inhale through your nose, eyes closed. Open everything, tongue out, gaze up. Again. Let it out. Big breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more. Last one, let it all go. Man, I should do that at the end of every workday, just pushing it all away. Now let the breath just fill naturally. Notice any heat that may have been generated. Notice this space around your throat. Do you feel a sense of dryness, openness, or anything? Let's take a moment, close our eyes, and just settle in to our experience here. And then we can open our eyes. And now my final little comfortably uncomfortable exercise I invite you to participate in with me is the hum, H-A-M. I have done this in the past before. It's excellent. It's a form of meditation. It's a form of kind of chanting. Really think of the word H-A-M, like ham, but more of an sound, hum. And let's just take a moment and say the word hum. Try to get the jaw as wide as you can. Hum. It's just like this big word. It just takes up space. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a big hum together. We're gonna take a deep breath in, open our mouths wide, let out the ah sound, and when the word is winding up, close those lips and let the M reverberate in the space around you. If you're in a place you can't really make noise, you don't want to make noise, just do it with your mouths. Do it in what, or imagine in your mind's eye. Let's take a deep breath in. We're only going to do it once. Big hum. Hum. Feel the little tinglies in your lips. I love doing these kind of chantings in class because there's always like one guy in the back who has like the biggest lungs, and his hum or his whatever we're chanting like goes for like 3 minutes, and you're just like, you just do another one, like a mini one to like catch up, like my lungs I think are very small because mine always last like 8 seconds. Oh, so now that we have brought opening and awareness to our throat chakra, let's move on up to our third eye. This is associated with intuition, governing the space between the eyebrows, governs all of the other chakras. It's sort of this sovereign, so to speak, chakra, in the sense that if this chakra is out of alignment, there's a good chance other ones are too. So let's take a moment. We already did a little bit of compression. We had our heads on the mat in a child's pose. So let's spend a little more attention with guiding this third eye. I wrote some notes about it, but you get the idea. So still sitting on the ground or on your pillow, we are going to bring our feet to touching, the soles of our feet to touching. You can slide a pillow under either leg. That can be really supportive in this bound ankle. You're going to inhale. Send that heart forward. Open that throat. Gently close your eyes. I'm holding onto my ankles to kind of support my seated position here. Eyes closed. Send your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in. And send it out through that chakra, that space. Visualize the air leaving that third eye, this guiding light. Inhale deeply. Eyes still closed. Begin to tip forward, gently going into a bow. When you've reached your edge, let your head be heavy, round through the back, sending that third eye towards the floor. We're going to hold for a couple moments here together. Eyes closed. Attention on that space between the eyebrows. Meditating on your sense of intuition, on that gut sense that you have, this sense of seeing and knowing without seeing and knowing, just this sixth sense almost vibe. Just meditate on what all of that can mean to you. And then we're going to inhale very slowly, roll on up, one vertebrae at a time, ending with that third eye. When you arrive at the top, gently blink open those eyes. Well done. I'm going to remove my pillows and come onto the mat long ways. From here, I'm going to bring my hands a little bit behind my hips to support a lifted heart. Feel that energy of a straight spine. And even if your spine is bent, feel the energy of getting it straight, the effort. It's more of like the action of straightening rather than being straight. So feel that energy of straightening. Feel how strong and stable you are. Excellent. Then we're going to lift our heels off the ground. And if you can, one hand and maybe the other. Toes can still be on the ground. And if it's more supportive, have the full foot on the ground. You can even just stay as we just were. I'm going to bring my hands to Anjali Mudra. That's your prayer position in front of your heart. I'm going to inhale, lift my arms up. And then I'm going to exhale and touch those little fingers to the floor on the right side. I'm going to inhale up and swing them over, touch the floor on the left. Good, and every time I lift, I'm aiming for that act of stretching forward with my heart. Exhale, send it down. Inhale, guide that heart forward, arms up. Exhale down, one more each side. Really feel into where you are noticing this movement in your body. Might be in your hips, might be in your shoulders, might be anywhere else. And we're going to take our final breath at center. And then open those arms back like a big stretch. And then lean into those arms. Relax the hips. Gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Ugh, that always feels so good, just letting the knees go. And in that last little exercise, the arms sort of stood in for an extension of that third eye. Really sending the energy in a direction as you had this focus going on in the core. You're sending your attention places. You're sending sort of the guidance places, loosely speaking. So now we have our seat bones, sits bones on the ground, soles of the feet flat. I'm going to pick up my right foot, cross my ankle over my left thigh, and I'm going to just gently walk that left foot in as much as feels comfortable. And then I'm going to begin to lift my heart, feeling into that right hip crease area, and then gently close your eyes. Breathe steadily. And feel into the sensations of this posture. And see if you can notice them, but from a place of place in your mind. What are you thinking about what you're feeling? Taking stock mentally. How are you doing emotionally in this position? Maybe you're like, I don't know, I'm fine. Maybe you're like, this is intense, I feel something. Let that third eye chakra kind of intuit what you need. Do you need more intensity? Do you need to feel more? If so, walk that heel closer to your booty. Lift that heart a little higher. You need to feel less, be a little softer. If so, walk that foot away. Maybe round the spine a little. Take one more breath wherever you settle. And then exhale, begin to blink open the eyes. Elongate the left leg. Release the right, shake it out. Good. And I'm going to bend the right leg, place the sole of the foot on the ground, and then connect the left ankle to the right thigh and just walk that foot in as much as feels comfortable, lifting that heart towards the left shin bone. And same thing here, close your eyes, press the shoulders away from your ears, activating that left foot and taking stock of how you're doing. How do you know how you're doing without mentally thinking the words, I am doing well, I am tired. How do you know? What is that intuition? Take a couple more breaths here, sending that heart forward, adjusting as you need, listening to yourself, authentically moving because you know yourself. better than anybody knows you. One more breath. Exhale, open the eyes, round the spine, extend the left leg, extend the right, and shake it out. And now, as we prepare for our final chakra, our final posture, the crown, we're just gonna bend those knees and roll down to the floor. Here's a nice spot for pillows. If you'd like, we can go into a bit of a supported fish pose. There's a whole system to this, but if you don't have blocks, just essentially you're supporting your lower back and your shoulders and letting your head kind of drop off the back. That can be really nice. And then extend your legs. So if you want a little more of a noble chakra opener, really opening the heart space, the throat, the third eye, you can shavasana like this. Otherwise, just remove the pillows and take shavasana how you like. So the crown ego, it's the crown chakra, I mean. It's the space, it's not on your head, but around your head. It's almost like an aura, and often associated with the spiritual world. The part of you that isn't just bone and blood and sweat and tears, but the part of you that is more than just your ego. It's a detached sense of self, a very free sense of self. And by detaching from the ego and the judgments and the things that we are taking and dragging with us, the crown chakra allows us to let go so that we're no longer being dragged. And it's a lot of times it's referenced in meditation, this sort of separating, kind of this spiritual sense, spirit as you define it, from all that you're feeling and doing. So that's kind of very fascinating. That's why I love Shavasana. Shavasana is this ultimate letting go. So let's find it if you haven't already. Take any little movements you need to feel like you can rest here. Feel your breath. And as you rest, I'm going to be seated so I can more clearly speak to you. Finding and allowing yourself to take these moments to allow yourself to let go, to turn inward and maybe enter into this crown chakra space, which is connected to all of the energy that's around you as well. A couple breaths more to settle. And then even let the attention shift from the breath itself. Just let yourself sink here. Everything is going on around you and within you, but you're okay. You're just chill. You are just not getting worked up. It's all there, and so are you. And it's all okay. Let's take a couple moments like this. If it helps you to stay tethered, you can focus on something in your body, maybe where the breath feels the strongest, or maybe the temperature or sensations in your hands or other part of your body. You're just continuing to continue on. Couple more moments. And let's take in a deep breath together down that chakra meridian, starting with that crown chakra that exists beyond you. And breathe it past the third eye and the throat chakra and then the heart. And on the next breath, continue down past the solar plexus and the sacral chakra and the root chakra, this supportive line of healing and dynamic energy. When you're ready, you can begin to bring small movement back into your body. Maybe you're moving your fingers and toes, or just letting your head gently rock from side to side. Letting that energy build until you feel energized to roll over onto one side, tucking in those knees into a little fetal position, a very protective posture, a very warm posture. Take a breath here in this posture that protects the chakras, protects the heart, and protects you. And then using your hands, press on up to a comfortable seated position, nice and slowly, feeling how your body adjusts to sitting upright again. Bringing your hands to heart, gently bowing your chin in acknowledgement of this practice that we create together. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, small bow forward as you begin to blink your eyes open and take on in the room, in the world. Here, I offer you namaste and my sincerest gratitude. I hope that we will see each other soon. Actually, tomorrow is our next class at 1. And if there's anything that felt opening or medicinal in today's practice, know that you can return to this practice at any point. I'll be posting it. And there's a lot that you can take into more active classes in the future. So I hope that there's something that you can take with you for as long as it serves you. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your Thursday. And I will see you all soon.